Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Intensity Broadcast and Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and tonight we are at the Syndic Cup Series in Original Rebels, 250 miles, 94 laps, as we take on Talladega Superspeedway in the next-gen car. Getting really excited to see how this is going to play out in these next-gen cars since the update. When we first hit the super speedway track Daytona, it was under the before they made a lot of changes to the next gen car. So interesting to see what changed, what's the same. You know, they should be able to do a little bit of pushing, tandem draft, a little bit anyway. We should see a little bit, but going to be a good night of racing no matter what. Going to be a lot of questions answered tonight about how this is going to play out. And we've got a bunch of drivers in here to test it out. Going to have some 34 drivers, and gridding is starting up right now. So let's go ahead and get into the grid, and let's go ahead and give out the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award. And that's going to go to Steve Loving, Super Speedway King, on the top spot on the pole. Tyler Rice starting outside the front row in second. Brandon Wallace, third. Fourth is Matt Clemon. Fifth, Jesse Necula. Sixth, Jonah Colbert. Seventh, Fry Hubbard. Eighth, Matthias Swank. Ninth, Garrett Kinder. 10th, William Griffith. 11th, Robert Dudley. 12th, Zach Wetstein. 13th, Phil Hitman Monzo. 14th, last night's winner, Jason Lottridge. 15th, Justin Ray, 16th, Cameron Combs. 17th, Daniel Cunningham. 18th, Ryan Huff. 19th, Mickey Isaac. 20th, Jason Warren. 21st, Aaron Adcock. 22nd, Stephen McDonald. 23rd, Logan Sturgeon. 24th, Chuck Pegleg Felts. Starting 25th is Kyle Roberts. Starting 26th, Brandon Pollock. 27th, Charles Stevens Jr. 28th, Josh Oswald. 29th, Josh Lokenvitz. 30th, Eric Burkhalter. 31st, Christopher Heiner. 32nd, Charlie Elmore. 33rd, Micah Rebay. 34th, Dave Jones. So that rounds out the field. 34 drivers here tonight as these next-gen cars are going to be hitting the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway. And 2.66 mile track, 82 degrees. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're calling it the Rebel Racing Network 250 as we're going to do half the length. So normally 188 laps in the actual Cup Series, but tonight we're doing 94, so we're going to do half. That's a long race. So how are these guys going to handle that? How are they going to deal with the fact that it's a long race? No fast repairs in this series. Tires, there's probably 4 or 5 sets of tires. Tires really won't matter. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out here. As no fast repairs, you're going to have to really be smart. I think you're going to see a lot of patience, a lot of just hanging out riding for the first few laps. We see it in real NASCAR. There's a reason why you see it in NASCAR. It's because just no point in getting too racy early on. I think we'll see some guys get up there and get racy, but not going to see much of it, I don't think. I think we'll see a couple guys be aggressive early on, and then most folks are going to just settle in and try to click off some laps. So who do I think is going to win tonight? I think the guy on pole, Steve Loving, got the best shot at anybody, but it's really anybody's ball game. It's going to be whoever deals with the changes as far as next gen, how they deal with the draft package and how it works. There's some guys that have been putting a lot of practice in the official races to try to get it figured out. Had about an hour practice to work on it. So, yeah, we're going to see who's going to come out on top. I think anybody in this field has a good chance. We're going to see a lot of teamwork. We're going to see a lot of guys who hang out together on Discord. That's the best thing about these super speedway races. Kind of offsets the dice rolls feel to them. is the fact that you get to work together as a team, and that's always fun when you get your buddies in there and y'all try to work on the strategy, and whoever has the best team strategy is usually going to win these races. So pace car pulling off, getting ready to go green, 96 laps. We got a couple extra laps, so we're going a little bit longer than 250. So that'll be wild. All right, Steve Loving getting ready to lead us down to the green flag. Tyler Rice on that outside. Green flag is out. You see everybody taking it really easy on the start. Brandon Wallace, Steve Loving getting a little bit out in front of the group. So far, so good, as that bottom line is going to start to pick up. Got somebody in the wall. Looks like William Griffith going backwards. He is off the pace, got into the wall. That is not good. I'm not really sure as he's going down pit road already. Let's see if we can kind of go back and see what happened to him real quick. I don't have a contact, so it looks like maybe got Jason Lotridge behind him. And oh my goodness, looks like maybe his wheel just cut off or something. As he goes right into the wall. So already trouble here for a driver. So William Griffith already going down pit road, having some issues. To check in on a couple drivers back here. Looks like Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Zach Wetstein, and Daniel D. Cunningham deciding to kind of start from the pits maybe and kind of hang around back, stay out of the wrecks, work together. We'll see how that works as they are pretty far behind this pack. We'll actually pull up the track map right quick. And you can see they are about a straightaway behind the pack. The pack's kind of in the logos there, but you get the idea as these guys are running 28th and 31st. So a little bit of strategy call. We'll see if that works out later in the race. But so far, kind of like what we thought. Lots of space. You see those big gaps there between the drivers, nobody really being aggressive. That issue with William Griffith was sort of a freak accident. So a little bit of a top line there. Starting to make their way towards the front. Robert Dudley leading that line with Tyler Rice giving him a big shove there. And for some reason, Brandon Wallace kind of coming up the track a little bit. A little scary thing there. I don't know why that is. Sometimes you just get this tendency of wanting to lean on the guys that come by you. I don't know why that is. It just seems like it's a sort of a weird feel. But look at this battle for the lead as Tyler Rice pushes Dudley out to the front. He jumps down to that bottom line, and Tyler Rice is like, okay, well, I'll just keep going right here with this momentum. And Tyler Rice has the lead. Matt Clement in the middle there in that 19 Pennzoil car, all by himself, not really able to find any help. But Tyler Rice right now has the lead, as now Ryan Huff gonna bail on Tyler Rice and go down to the bottom. But you know, I said everybody's going to hang out and just chill as we got 96 laps, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Ryan Huff currently in the lead, was able to take that lead as go to the high side of Tyler Rice. So, yeah, guys are just not willing to ride. And poor Tyler Rice pushed a couple guys out in the front. And just got hung out the drive. So he's going backwards in the middle there in that number 6 machine. But up front, let's see, Robert Dudley goes down to the apron. And guys are going to go around him. Not really sure what happened to the 49 machine, but a little odd. So don't know if there's just some play, guys trying to get in position, get with teammates. Maybe some guys trying to go to the back. Not really sure, but getting a little wild up here for not what I expected. Josh Lukovitz's going to go to the inside of Jason Warren. Definitely not doing what I thought would be being patient. So shows what I know. We are 3 wide. We've got a couple, 2 or 3 lanes going right now. Jason Lottridge. Jason Warren working that top side. Warren jumps down to the middle line, then jumps back up to the top. As these lines are all over the place. And yeah, you can definitely see guys are just getting runs and they're just taking them. They're not waiting around. They're not lifting, not willing to lift. Willing to go 100%. So looks like we're going to have a wild race. Going to keep it interesting. 94 lap single file. That'd be pretty boring. So I'm pretty happy with it. So. You do see a little bit of just chilling. You see a couple guys who are giving a lot of room, going down on the apron on the straightaway just to give that extra little bit of room, not really being extremely tight on the other driver. You'll see that towards the end of the race, guys start to pinch down on each other. Those gaps will be closed up pretty dang quick. So people playing nice right now, and that's putting on a good race, giving people plenty of room to make moves and stuff, and people are taking them. Right now, Ryan Huff is leading the way. Steve Loving content with riding in second. Arliss Dudley says in chat, what happened? I don't know. Tell me. I don't think anything's happened so far. Kevin Kinder says they are just testing the water for later. That's absolutely right. Guys want to see how these cars get runs, how to use them. Those are always the guys that seem to be able to make the moves at the end. You got to try them early, see if they work, learn, and if it doesn't work, you know what to do at the end of the race to make maybe a race-winning move. So far, kind of separated out into 2 lanes now. Third lane is kind of falling off there. Yeah, I'm not sure, Arliss Dudley. Everything looks good on my end. What I can tell you is go to YouTube. Search Intensity Broadcasting on YouTube. That's where we're live there. Everything's sort of optimized for that. So issue with Facebook, definitely run over to YouTube, type in Intensity Broadcasting, click on the live link, and that should take you right to the working broadcast. So but we are still up and running here as we are 3 wide. Stephen McDonald, Jesse Necula trying to make that top side work. Robert Dudley got a little bit of nose out front as Jason goes down to the bottom with Jason Lottridge, and that kind of opens the door for that middle lane as they are really pushed out. It seems like that bottom line really got bogged down whenever they came down the track like that. And Robert Dudley with Josh Lokovitz behind him. Now Josh Lokovitz getting a run, making a look to the outside of Robert Dudley. Getting a little side draft. Doesn't really have any help though. Got some guys coming through though. Aaron Adcock, you see in that 23 machine as Ryan Huff out on the apron. Not really sure what's going on. Maybe he's going to the back. Doesn't like what's going on. Got up to the front, got his lap sled, and he is still on the apron. Really scary moment there. We got another pass from the lead. Jesse Necula from that top side. Out front now. He's going to challenge from the lead from the top. He's got Tyler Rice behind him. Tyler Rice been pushing guys to lead all race long. I think get towards the end of the race. If I can find Tyler Rice and he's willing to push me, I want him because he has done a great job. Jeff Kinder asks, can you bump draft in the next year car? You absolutely can. The bumpers line up real nice. You can actually get up there and give the guy a push. And if y'all can stay locked in bumpers, you'll be pretty dang fast. That's what you're seeing Tyler Rice doing right now as we can actually look how close Tyler Rice is here. Has to come off of him a little bit on the corner. Oh, and caution is out. Jason Warren is going around. Well, as soon as I turn off the... Oh, and he can't get back on the track. As soon as I turn off the... TV cameras, we've got a wreck. Jason Warren's still trying to get the... He just gets out of the damn car as it is... Good grief. What in the world happened there? Let's go back and see what happened to Jason Warren. Oh, as he gets a little bit of contact. I can't tell who that is. That might be Eric Burkhalter there on the outside. As they're kind of... Oh, it's just kind of a weird situation here. Guys are fanning out all over the place. Looks like maybe Robert Dudley, got Stephen McDonald a little bit loose, so guys were checking up. Jason Warren maybe didn't know he was 4 wide, and that hole closed up. And you see Eric Burkhalter really nowhere to go. As it got just extremely tight there as we go back and watch it again. Yeah, I don't think, maybe Jason Warren didn't see the check up there on the bottom, which is most likely the case. And it just got room, kind of ran out of room there. So. Well, all right, we'll go back live. We've got quite a few people coming down pit road here as you see pit road is wide open. Lots of guys coming down pit road, get some fuel, might as well. It looks like it's all going to be fuel only. Don't see anybody taking 4 tires just yet. If they are, they are going to be on pit road for just a little bit longer. But it looks like Eric Burkhalter able to come out with minimal damage. So I don't know if they've got fast repairs or not. That car looks pretty clean. I'm quiet and kind of tiny. Quiet and kind of tinny. Well, Alex, I don't think I know what you mean, bud, but we'll keep an eye on it. Let me know. I got myself turned all the way up. I'm in the red, so don't know what to tell you there. Maybe I gotta quit reading chat. But Jesse Necula electing to stay out. Jesse Necula, Tyler Rice, Jason Lottridge staying out there, not coming down pit road after 15 laps. Couple guys making their way to the front. Po-Man Motorsports, Aaron Adcock, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Josh Lokenvitz. A lot of these guys started near the back or in the back and have made their way to the front. Christopher Heiner as well, that number 1 machine. Eric Burkhalter in that wreck. Like I said, I mean, he was right there. Jason Warren comes across the bumper and they get together. But that 71 machine looks pretty dang good. So maybe damage wasn't too bad. All right, we check in on Jason Warren. You see that car looking a little bit rough there. A little bit of damage. William Griffith, though, still on track after clobbering the outside wall. But still rolling, but obviously going to be struggling just a little bit there. That has allowed those guys who started from the pits to catch up to the field. We'll see what they decide to do. Are they going to drop back and kind of ride, or are they going to kind of hang out in the field now? Hard to say. Last night in the ARCA series, we saw quite a couple really, really bad wrecks. Big wrecks took out the field. As green flag is out, Jesse Necula going to lead us down. Got Jason Lottridge pushing him on the bottom, but that high line looks like it's pretty stout. So it looks like it'll have sort of an advantage here as that bottom line is going to drop back just a little bit. So Tyler Rice going to take the lead with a big push here from Cameron Combs, and kind of pushes him out there and then dumps him, just lets Tyler Rice go. I mean, Tyler Rice needs a friend. He cannot find one. Is Aaron Adcock going to jump up to the outside and leave Tyler Rice again all by himself? My goodness, somebody help Tyler Rice out, man. He has done pushed so many guys and gotten so many fellas out to the front, and they have just given up on him as he has dropped back to the 12th position. Oh, and Cameron Combs is going around. Spinning down to the inside. No caution just yet. No caution. We stay green. What happened there is kind of go back and see what happened real quick. Oh yeah, Jason Lottridge gets on that left rear rear part of the bumper and just hooks the 15. So you can definitely bump draft, but you've got to stay square. And unfortunately for Cameron Combs, Jason Lottridge not square. But that gives the lead over to Aaron Adcock. Got a nice little group of cars down here. I know Charlie Elmore and Aaron Adcock are on a team. Christopher Heiner may be as well. They seem to be working together pretty well. So they've got a nice little 5-car draft breakaway here on the bottom. Jason Lottridge not willing to wait, though. He jumps up out of the groove. I don't know if that was intentional or whatever, just getting out of the pack or whatnot. But basically gives up that little spot on the bottom line. He's getting freight train. That bottom line is moving. You see he's really backing up this lane, so I'm not really sure what Jason's doing. Maybe trying to go to the back, not real sure. But that really slow. Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to go to the back after that incident. But up front, we're single file. Aaron Adcock, Christopher Heiner, Charlie Elmore, Josh Lokovitz, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, and Eric Burkhalter after that incident right there. So all these top 6 started in the very, very back. So these guys with a definite mission that they were on to work their way to the front together and have done a great job as now they control the race. As everybody's kind of settling here on this bottom line. Nobody really stepping out. Go back through the field, check on a couple guys. We watch this three-wide action here. Is Jesse Nekula going to go outside of Jason Lottridge on that high side with Tyler Rice? Tyler Rice going to try to push somebody else up to the front probably and then have them bail on him again. Check on this group of cars. They have elected to go back to the back and hang out. Really going to stick to that strategy. Wondered what they were going to do after, getting caught up in that caution. Getting caught up because of the caution and deciding to, they're going to try to hang out in the pack or they're going to jump back again. So Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Zach Wetstein, and Daniel Cunningham electing to stay out of that pack, take care of their cars, and they are some 5 seconds back from the pack. Well, they're 5 seconds back from Steve McDonald, Matt Clement, and Mickey Isaac, who seem to be doing a similar strategy as they are 5 seconds back from the pack, which is Justin Ray back here in the back. So different strategies. We'll see how that plays out as the race goes on. But Aaron Adcock, your leader, on lap 22 of 96. So see some guys on the bottoms getting out of line, jumping up to that high side. The front 3 not really doing much, but Josh Lokovitz hasn't really been one to stay in a line. He's been moving around a lot. So he's going to work that top side, see if he can't make a push up to the front. So far, pretty dang good racing. I think these cars are putting on a pretty good show. Everybody seems to have control of their cars. A couple of mishaps so far with a bump with Cameron Combs and Jason Lottridge. But outside of that, everybody's been able to push, make moves, get to the front. So you're seeing what it's going to take to get a win is, so much for Heiner hanging out behind Adcock because he's going to jump up, take control of this top or middle lane at least, and try to get this lead away from Aaron Adcock. As he clears it, can't decide, know what I want to do. Does a pretty good move, kind of waits till that middle lane stalls out a little bit and then jumps down there. That way Lokovitz can't get a run on him. But those two up top, you look at Nekula and Tyler Rice making it work. These two guys working together. Three wide here for the lead as Jesse Nekula pushed by Tyler Rice. Yeah, I got to say, man, this makes me think of the year that Trevor Bayne won, and we were doing a lot of the tandem drafting. Trevor Bayne was one of the guys in that Wood Brother 21 machine who could push better than anybody else, and so many people wanted to work with him. Jeff Gordon was trying to work with him. So many guys trying to get hooked up with that 21 car. He's one of the best pushers, and tonight we're seeing Tyler Rice kind of be that as he is pushing Jesse Necula out to the lead. Necula not going to bail on him like others have, and Jason Lauter's coming along with him. Jason's going to jump down to the bottom. But look at this little tandem draft. Kevin Kinder was asking about, can they push? And you see what it's like when two cars can get together and can stay together, as they've got a good half-second lead on the field now doing this little tandem draft. So very exciting to see this type of racing being able to be done. Now the temperatures are something you have to watch out for. You don't want to overheat these cars. They have definitely done a good job making sure that you can't push for too long. But you see the strength of that. If you can get two cars that can hold their line and stay connected, they were able to push out pretty far. But you also see the danger of it as Robert Dudley getting a run on these guys down on the bottom. As you see that top line kind of separated now. And this bottom line with a little bit of momentum. But this is weird. I don't know. You know, I can't really tell if that just broke everything up when, you know, a car gets down to the bottom. As you see the line, guys are just kind of separated here. We saw Jason Lauter's up there, moved down to the bottom, and now he's back here. Oh, Fry moves up into Jason Lauter's. That was, maybe didn't know he was there in that Doritos car. Very scary moment there. But interesting. I can't tell if guys are saving fuel. It's really hard to say why we're separated like we are, because we've been pretty tight all race long. Yeah, it's really hard to say what's going on. That bottom line is just not as organized as it was before. But Josh Lokovitz looks like he's getting it going. Robert Dudley taking it 3 wide on Jason Lottridge. What I'm definitely seeing is if guys will stay in line, those lines work really good. You see the bottom line start to make their push back towards the front as they get hooked up. But it just seems like whenever a car moves in and out of a lane, that really upsets the air in the draft, and it takes a couple laps to get that momentum back rolling when they get separated. You see that bottom line gets tight again, and so now it is the preferred line. But when they get separated, you'll see here is the number one going to jump out of line. I think that's really going to hurt that draft, and we should see the top line be able to get a better run on them now. So it seems like there's just a lot of weird quirks with this, where if you move around a lot, it seems to take a while to get the runs back going. As Christopher Heiner jumps up in front of Necula, try to block that top run, but Necula says no way, Jose, and goes up to the top. Move Necula back up to the lead. I tell you what, not really sure what I expected tonight with 94 laps or 96 laps. But these guys are putting on a show. You see Chuck Pegleg Phelps second in line there in that 75 red and black car behind Christopher Heiner in that middle lane. He's making some waves up here. And these guys putting on a great show. Oh, we got a big wreck behind us. As soon as I go on board with a dang car, there's always a big wreck. As Brandon Wallace is involved. It looks like a couple drivers involved in that one. We are under caution on lap 30, Eric Burkhalter involved as well. Let's go back and see what happened. Because they were already wrecking. Jason Watcher's gonna. Looks like we were trying to go 4 wide. Let's go on Robert Dudley here as we kind of see what happened. You see Jason Lottridge move up the track a little bit, and I think Robert was like, okay, well, I'll take this little middle lane here. And then Brandon Wallace just comes up the track, maybe didn't know that they were 3 wide, and cuts right across the bumper of that 49, and that clips the 48. And poor Eric Burkhalter, just nowhere to go along with Fry Hubbard, as Eric Burkhalter has been involved in 2 incidents that really didn't have anything to do with him. Robert Dudley able to make it out of there without too much of an issue. But we are under our second caution of the night on lap 31. Right now, Josh Lokovich, your leader, but wreck involving Eric Burkhalter, Brandon Wallace, Robert Dudley, and Fry Hubbard brings out the caution. So we'll probably see everybody come down pit road, get fuel. I would imagine that would allow you to make it to the end. But I really don't know the fuel run tonight, so we'll find out. Well, while we're under caution, before we get to pit, well, we're about to go down pit road right now. See if we have any takers, and sure enough we do. Leader Josh Lokeman is going to come down pit road. I doubt we'll see anybody stay out. I think everybody wants to come down and get a little bit of fuel, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Everybody coming, just getting fuel only. You can come down, get 4 tires, just going to give up the track position. Usually, we got a battle here off pit road. Steve Loving going to win the battle off and take over the lead. But a lot of times at Talladega, tires really just don't really benefit you that much these days. So taking tires is really not worth the effort unless you just want to have that extra little bit of security. So, like I said, going to take a quick 5 to 10 second break. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Steve Loving wins the race off pit road. Steve Loving, one of the few in the top 10 who's been up there all race long, as most of the guys up here now have worked their way to the front. Steve been just kind of willing to ride and be a little patient. Haven't really seen him make too many moves, just been hanging out, and still finds himself up here in the front. You can see the running order on top of your screen. Now in this race, we do have a few awards to give out that we'll go through during the race. Mr. Irrelevant, sponsored by Sobolski Window Tinting. We got the best paint, sponsored by Smil Racing and Designs. But the Chappietta Interviews, the Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award, and the P&J Hard Look Award. So we'll be keep an eye on that. There's a lot of really nice paint schemes. It's going to be hard to pick the paint of the night. As you can just see, a lot of work has gone into a lot of these schemes. Most people do their own. Some people have some folks do it for them. Some of them grab them off of trading paints, but either way, they all look pretty dang good. I like that Josh Oswald scheme. That 17 car looks pretty dang good. I like that. So far, my favorite though is that 71 car. Let's see if it still looks pretty good. It probably gonna look a little bit beat up, hard to really see it, but I really like this scheme. I think it was really well put together paint scheme. Kind of get a look on the side, the good side. I really like the way they did it. It's very easy to make this chrome, and I think that would have been a bad move. So it's kind of a matte chrome, and I love it. I love the way that looks. It's going to be hard to beat. I'll keep my eye out, but that's a good one right there. Whoever did that, hell of a job. All right, pace car getting ready to pull off. We're going to get ready to go back green on lap 33, coming to lap 34. Steve Loving, your leader. Still a long way to go in this race. We've seen guys be really racy as Steve Loving gets sort of a jump on the field. Interesting to see how that's going to work out as he's going to go up and block, and he's blocking the lane. I don't know about that. That's a little weird. He goes up, tries to block the run from the 79 machine. He gets way out ahead. I think both of these cars may be in trouble as the runs that are going to be coming from behind them are going to be pretty stout. So we watch on board with Chuck Peglegs. He's on the outside, and Lokovit's going to jump up, block that lane. Give him a push. Big run on the outside. He's going to go by Steve Loving here. Got Kyle Roberts behind him. Kyle Roberts finished second. Last night you start to see the 27 on that bottom line, just no help and nowhere to go. And took Pegleg into second place. Lokovitz out front. Chuck getting aggressive here, not willing to wait around. Let's see if Kyle Roberts is going to go with him as they are side by side on the backstretch. Kyle Roberts actually goes down, but here's Charlie Elmore. But look at this top line, getting a huge run. Jesse Necula and Tyler Rice working together again. Cameron Combs finds his way back up to the front. And they're making that high line work as Cameron Combs getting real close to that wall as they come down that bottom line. Just losing all momentum as that top side is rolling. Cameron Combs going to look down to the inside, gets back up in the top side line, and Matt Clemens decides he's ready to go. So he jumps down to the bottom. That really hasn't worked. You know, I wonder if the guys are going to see that and see that, yeah, it puts you on the front of that bottom line, but you give up so much momentum. You see Matt Clemens just lose all his momentum as he comes disconnected there. You'll see Christopher Heiner going to do the same thing, and then Chuck going to jump down. So that's really going to hurt that bottom line, and the runs that people have from the top side are going to be able to pull down in front of them. So, yeah, you lead that bottom line, but you see those top three who keep their momentum up. I mean, those three can jump right down to the bottom, and they kind of control this race. But I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this draft package. It's really racy. You get really good runs, able to do stuff with it, be able to push somebody. It seems to really reward folks working together. So That's what you love to see out of a draft package. And I tell you, I'm just impressed with Tyler Rice's ability to push guys to the front. I mean, he's done it 4 or 5 times at this point, and seems to have found somebody he can work with. Jesse Nekula not willing to, give up on him. And you see that bottom line get their momentum back. And Aaron Adcock out to the front. So we're going to have about 300 heat changes by the end of the night, I believe. As, man, it just seems like you get out front a little bit. You know, you get somebody hooked to your bumper and you push them out there, and then that field comes roaring back. But fantastic racing. You definitely can't say it's been boring, as these guys have really put on a show. You see this field kind of small. You start to see that there's about 19 drivers. If we go back to the back of this pack, Robert Dudley, who has been up front, been back and forth all race long, so he's definitely got what it takes. And that number 49 Toyota, but he is content for riding back there. I'm scared to jump away. They'll probably wreck up here, but I'm going to go back and see a couple drivers hanging out here away from the pack. Charles Stevens Jr., Logan Sturgeon, a couple big fish, I believe, working together. I don't know that 100%. I can't keep track of everybody's team affiliations. But these two, you can definitely see them pushing, practicing a little bit, trying to keep up with that field. Then about 5 seconds back, you got this little pack of drivers that have been working together, staying in the back all race long, led by Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Brandon Zach Wetstein, William Griffith, and Daniel Cunningham. Pretty content with this strategy, staying out of the wreck. You know, I think in some draft packages this is a bad move because you're just never going to be able to work your way to the front. But what I've seen out of this draft package is you can definitely make that happen. And you see the coordinated effort there to go by those two drivers and stay hooked up. So they're about probably about 8 seconds back to the main pack. But so far, the only person that has a little bit of damage out of this group is Zach Wetstein. As we'll hit Daniel Cunningham's nose cam, and we'll see what looks like a little bit of bump. Maybe a little checkup somebody wasn't ready for, so you see a little bit of damage there on that bumper of that Ford Mustang as he blinks out. We go back up front, though. Chuck Pegleg Phelps takes the lead, and oh my goodness, right as we get here, look at how racy these guys are, is they're all over each other. You see Jesse Nekula with a big push from Tyler Rice, gets a little squirrely in that pink and blue car, but number 75, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, out in front. Using the lessons learned from MPI, he is leading the race. I've been waiting on these guys to settle down just a little bit, but they have not. They are just completely willing to go wild up here up front, and it has been exciting. A lot of hold your breath moments, and a couple accidents have come out of it, but so far been a really fun race. See a couple drivers with some damage involved in a couple wrecks. Eric Burkhalter, Jason Laucher's there on the apron. Jason Laucher's actually in the grass here. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe trying to make it back to pit road, get some damage fixed. Just letting the pack go. Thought I saw him go in the grass. Was worried he's going to lose it, but we stay up front here as Chuck Pegleg Phelps still in the lead, holding on strong to that bottom line. Christopher Hyder, another one of those really good pushers, as he has really helped keep Chuck Pegleg Phelps out front from these really, really strong cars up on the outside who've been making that work all night long. They show it again as Tyler Rice is pushing Jesse Nekula out to the lead. Tyler Rice gets up out of the groove. Tyler Rice says, you know what, I'm tired of pushing. Somebody push me. Let me get out there to the front. And here he goes. Jesse Nekula gets left out to dry. Chuck going to lead that lap, but Tyler Rice decided he wants to get up there and control this top line. Top line kind of comes apart there. Going to lose a little bit of momentum, but you know, one thing that I don't know about these cars with the ability to push like that is how hot they get. Back in the day, whenever the COT was able to push, they put in the update that NASCAR did that caused the cars to overheat. And so they did the same thing here. Oh, Eric Burkhalter crashes going down in pit road. Like he's having some sort of issue, just kind of crawling into pit lane. No caution as he gets on pit lane. That shouldn't bring out the caution. We go back up here. But, you know, I'd be interested to know what the temperature situation is like. I wonder if Tyler Rice needed to pull out there because he's getting hot and get some clean air on that bumper. But, yeah, once they made that change, you couldn't push for about a lap and a half. And so the prevailing strategy was to push. So if you're on the bottom, you get to somebody's bumper. If you're second in line and you see that top line coming, you kind of just sit there close. And as the top line gets close to the front, you start to push on that bottom line and push them and keep that top lane from being able to jump down in front of you. And then once that top lane's run starts to give out a little bit, then you come back off that car and let your engine cool off. So I'd be interested to see hear from these drivers what the strategy is with the temperatures, having to deal with you know, getting on behind somebody and overheating that motor. You definitely don't want to do that. About the worst thing that could happen is you'd be running second in line there and blow your motor. That would be a miss for sure. But it has calmed down just a little bit up here. After a couple incidents, we saw 3 wide. And then after a few incidents, it's really kind of chilled out. We're not single file, but we might as well be, as it's guys lifting, you know, not jumping in and out of lanes, just really trying to set themselves up without any damage coming down to the end. No fast repairs in this series, so if you get in a wreck, you know, you may end up on pit road or out of this one. A couple guys we've seen spin a few times, get a little bit lucky. That 15, Cameron Combs is one of them. We saw him get spun by the 48 machine and was able to not really hit anything, save that car. Let's check in on this second pack. So we got about a pack that led by Mickey Isaac in the 01 machine. Probably about a second and a half back, just far enough that they haven't really lost the draft yet, but they're definitely in danger of it. Maybe by design, you know, it may not be. Sometimes you kind of hanging out in the back, and these runs really kind of get you kind of off cycle, and you lose the draft just by trying to hang out in the back. So I don't know if that's what's happened here. Maybe just trying to stay out of it. And we'll go back to this other group, which has turned into a big gaggle of guys who decided to do the same thing. So we got a big, probably a 7-car pack here, led by Jonah Colbert. As you know, I'm not really sure. I would imagine we still have one pit stop at least left. So these guys are going to be working together to get those, to come down, get that fuel, work together. You got a nice big pack here. Ends with Jason Lottridge, who is a lap down. Charles Stevens running in 27th. So this pack definitely involves a few drivers who are a little bit of damage, been involved in some incidents, a lap down or so, just trying to hang out with a pack. And you got a couple that this is by design. So you can see the big pack up there, and these guys on the back straightaway. So they're about to come out of turn 4 now, and these guys halfway down the back straightaway. So outside of that, pretty much everybody else off the track. So there's your kind of 3 packs here. As we go back up front, Tyler Rice taking the lead again, and as soon as he gets out front, Cameron Combs bails on him. I don't know what Tyler Rice has done. He must not have paid the right people, because and he gets a bump there from the 84 machine and almost loses it. Ooh, scary moment. You see just how much momentum they've lost from that. But if I know the 6, the 84, and those guys up top, they're not going to give up on it. See, Aaron Adcock jumps up to the high side. But lap 53 of 96, so still a long way left to go. Probably not done with the cautions, but you know, it seems like it's starting to settle down now. We saw a scare there between Tyler Rice and Jesse Necula, but outside of that, it's been pretty tame. As you see, Tyler Rice going to get to the back bumper of the 23 and maybe push him towards the front. See the big shove that Tyler Rice gives Aaron Adcock, and then Aaron jumps down in line, says, "Thank you, Tyler. I'm going to jump down here in this bottom lane." Well, all the adrenaline kind of run out after that initial first few laps. guys really being aggressive, a couple accidents, and then everybody, this is the lull, the calm before the storm. We see some guys still giving really big pushes and shoves, mainly on the top line. Just having fun out there, but it's definitely a lot tamer as really just trying to click off laps here and set themselves up for the run to the end here. See Josh Lokovitz going to jump up into the second lane, going to try to pick up Tyler Rice. Tyler Rice going to give him a shove here. And you saw on that onboard camera what kind of momentum you get from a shove like that. See how much speed that they make whenever they get together. Lokovitz going to jump down onto the bottom line and take the lead. Tyler Rice going to start charging, I believe, as he has pushed so many guys out to the lead. Plate racing always interesting. Just the chess matches that go on during these races. You got all kinds of guys with all kinds of temperaments and driving styles all packed into a, sometimes 30 car pack. You got some guys who want to just ride. You got some guys who want to be aggressive and take every run that they can get. Got some guys who want to get out there and just play and have a good time. You got some guys who just want to chill and ride to the end. So it's always interesting, as a lot of times there's a lot of frustration that comes out of plate racing. You got guys who want to just get in line and ride, and then you'll have somebody passing you on the outside all by yourself, and you're like, hey man, what are you doing? we got 100 more laps of this. Why are you doing that? But he's trying and seeing what works and trying to position himself in a way that benefits him. I mean, it's you're kind of working with people, but you also got to look out for yourself. As Cameron Combe, Matt Clement jumps down to the bottom there. Cameron Combe is going to take the lead here. Tyler Rice, though, right there in second like he has been all night long. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't finish in the top 2 or 3, I'd just be so damn surprised. At this point, nobody has more experience than Mr. Rice. I'm going to keep mentioning his name, but he has put more work into this race than anybody else. He's been pushed out to the front. He's pushed so many people out to the front. It's been really fun to watch him work on that outside. Well, just an update here on these other packs. This 4-car pack is now led by Phil Hitman Monzo. They are about 3 seconds back from Justin Ray, who's at the back of that pack. And then this little pack right here is moving. I'll tell you that right now. This group is, like I said, about 7 cars deep, and they have been making up a lot of time here. They've been about half a second faster every lap as they are starting to see the laps click down, and it's time to make their way up towards the front. It looks like as they are making a lot of room here. Working together in one line, they're able to decide when and where they want to go. Everybody seems to be in agreement. We're going to run in a single file. You know, like I said, you might have one guy step out, but it looks like everybody here is in agreement that, hey, we're going to kind of ride back here, and then we'll work together and get back towards the front. And they are making up a lot of time. Tyler Rice led that last lap at a 51.69. Jonah Colbert, that last time by was a 51.31, so 0.4 faster that lap. About half a second faster last lap before that. So these guys are definitely picking up the pace, so we should see these drivers catch up to this field, whether it be a caution or green flag, either one. They'll definitely have time to make it up there, as these guys, not single file, they're battling it out. And every time they do that, they allow this back group to catch back up. And that's what's so hard about this. If you're one of the guys up in the main group and you see that, you go, hey, guys, these guys are running us down. Let's get to a line. But not everybody's wants and wishes align. As you see, they're moving around. Guys moving in and out of grooves, and that causes these runs and the speed of this group to really slow down. So guys up here just not willing to stay in line as they're just battling it out. Kevin Kendrick says that 2-car run can haul the mail. That's absolutely right. That's why I think Tyler Rice, Jesse Neckler are going to be an interesting pair towards the end. I don't know how much they're going to work together. I'm not sure if they're on a team. They may be. They've been working together all race long. But whoever can perfect it. The hardest thing about having a 2-car tandem is you got to trust the other person. The person in front has to run a solid line. They have to be looking out the windshield. If you look out back and you try to, you know, control your car based on the guy in the rear view, you end up doing this little wiggling thing where you go back and forth and you eventually get hooked. So the front car really has to hold their line and be predictable. And the guy behind it, they get a little bit sideways. You have to be predictable because it doesn't take but one wrong movement. Get on that left rear quarter. We saw that earlier with Jason Lottridge and Cameron Combs, and you go spinning. So it takes a lot of trust to make that push and work. As we come down, 30 laps to go this time by. Still a long way, only two-thirds of the way through this race. So still a lot left. Most likely one last pit stop, if I had to guess. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give y'all the track map so y'all can keep tabs on this group that's running them down. You can see led by the 20th place. The numbers that are on there are I'll give you the car number. That way you can see who's what. Tyler Rice in the 6th car, and 31 is Jonah Colbert, who's leading that pack. So we can kind of watch on the track map as they start to reel in this main pack. Last lap, Tyler Rice runs a 5.180, so 51.8 second lap. And Jonah Colbert runs a 51.24. So definitely a speed difference between this main pack and this group. As you see them up at the top of the screen, they are coming. So this is about to get pretty exciting pretty damn quick, as that second group of 4 cars of Mickey Isaac, Josh Oswalt, Robert Dudley, Hitman Monzo. You see them right there picking up the tail of the field. I think these guys have seen what's coming, and have gotten in a single file up front here. But do you see how far and separated they are? Just not putting in the lap times that this backpack is. So we'll check it this time by. This time by, they're a little bit faster this time. 31.3 Tyler Rice ran. And that time by, Jonah Colbert, 51.3. And Jonah Colbert runs a 51.4. So didn't really gain that much that time by, as everybody is sort of single file. And they picked up 4 other drivers. So you see this little backpack of 4. And you see Daniel D. Cunningham, there's a pretty big gap, about a car length gap there between him and Zach Wetstein, as well as, here they come, coming down pit road, coming to make that pit stop. Everybody kind of trying to get Wode down. Let's see if they're able to get Wode down. Ooh, very, very close for a couple of these guys. Tough deal to all pit together like that. But they all come down pit road. We'll see. We'll keep tabs on it, see if they all make it out of there together. Definitely going to be taking fuel only. Some may take right sides. But this second group coming down pit road, taking their last pit stop on lap 69. Nice. Looks like they are taking 4 tires. Interesting choice. I guess they figured you got to fill up with fuel. It's going to take that much time anyway. So Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder come out of pit road. Zach Wetstein coming. There's a pretty sizable gap back to each driver, so they're going to have to kind of coordinate as the pack is coming. You see Tyler Rice there on the bottom. These guys coming out, they have to blend on the backstretch. So they're going to have to try to get back together, because they're going to go back a lap down most likely. We'll see. Definitely not going to just move over and let this pack. I know this pack probably wants them to get out of the way, but it's just not going to happen. Not the way the race is going to. We'll see if there's any. There could be a good chance there's going to be a wreck, as these guys are going to try to give a room, but they're going to want to try to pick up this pack and not go a lap down. If caution comes out, if you're ahead, you're in good shape. And here comes the leaders now. Tyler Rice, Jesse Necula, Steve Loving. Oh my goodness, Kyle Roberts crashes into Steve Loving, a big wreck, as Kyle Roberts stopping on the track. Infield, trying to get that caution to throw, but it never threw. So big wreck. Let's go back and see what happened there. I kind of want to see what happened real quick. It looks like somebody just got maybe a little bit too hot, maybe didn't know that they were pitting. Oh yeah, Kyle Roberts comes down off the track, kind of pulls down in front of the 99, and if you're going to pit, you really need to get down to that bottom lane, and boy, that was a big one. So that's definitely going to hurt him. They go back up to the lead to see the other leaders coming down pit road. Charlie Elmore, Christopher Heiner, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, and I tell you what, oh, my goodness, pit road is wearing folks out as Charlie Elmore gets into the back of Josh Lokovitz on pit road. That front bumper gone. So, man, you think all the wrecking was going to happen on track, but this pit road has been eating them up here as big issues out of pit road. So we check back out here, see what's going on as far as the lead goes. Right now, Jesse Necula, I believe, will pick up the lead unless he's going to come down and pit here soon. But he is all by himself. Cameron Combs, Robert Dudley. So we'll wait for everything to kind of get going. Right now it shows Aaron Adcock in the lead. So it's going to be a little bit crazy until we get everything sorted out and see what guys decided to do. Everybody seemed to have taken at least 2 tires, if not 4. So we'll see how that all shakes out. William Griffith, right now it showed Aaron Adcock in the lead. I don't know. We'll see once we get back to the line if that's if he is in the lead. If he is, he's by himself. But you see that group of cars behind with Robert Dudley and Chuck Pegleg Phelps coming. So it looks like they're starting to cycle around. Aaron Adcock with a dang good pit stop. And he is the leader. Aaron Adcock is your leader. Comes out of pits with a great pit time. Pit lap time was 40.62, which is one of the fastest on the track. Robert Dudley, the only fastest person. So Aaron Adcock got on the pit road, got all faster than almost everybody. And it shows as he's got a 2-second lead and is able to get onto the back bumper of Logan Surgeon and William Griffith, who are William Griffith's a lap down. Logan Surgeon, the last car on the lead lap. So he's kind of got a little benefit here as he's able to hook onto these two drivers and not be all by himself. We'll check on Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Zach Wetstein, 3 cars that are kind of hooked up here. It's going to be a little bit wild here as this green flag pit stops have really separated the field. I'm going to do the best I can to give you all the information, but it's a lot to deal with. Just one person clicking and going through stuff, so we'll try to keep track of everything the best I can. Can't guarantee I'm going to get everything here, but it looks like these 3 drivers are going to catch up to Justin Ray and Steve Loving, who are right in front of them, and they're about a second and a half back from these 4 drivers. For some reason are battling it out. I don't know why. Seems like you'd want to be working together and getting out ahead of these drivers, but I don't know if Dudley may be backing up to help somebody. Not real sure. But you can definitely see the pack starting to work their way. We're going to see a pack of probably Chuck Pegleg Phelps all the way back to Justin Ray as these guys get caught up. As Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Zach Wetstein working together, goes on the high side of Steve Loving and Justin Ray. I'm sure once they'll get by, these 2 will hook up with these drivers as the pack is going to get formed back up. And so far, the strategy for the 31, 13, and 4 at least has worked out pretty good. Daniel Cunningham back here all by himself. Not really sure what happened to him, but he didn't get on the pit road. At least just didn't get off fast enough. Who else was a part of that group? A couple other drivers, they're back here quite a bit behind, so not sure if they have slow pit stop or what, but we watch these 4 drivers. They start to run down this front pack. And this front pack has caught Aaron. Aaron's inside of some lap cars, so he's got kind of a buffer here. These lap cars not going to move out of the way. You would think, if you're a lap car, get out of the way, but it's just not going to work that way. Guys are going to, like Logan Surgeon there, caution comes out. He is going to be waved around the pack. He's on the lead lap right now, being right in front of the 23 machine, that black and orange car. So he's got to fight. He's got to be up there and battle it out. Christopher Heiner in this 1 car. He wants to be the first car a lap down. So guys up here, they may be a lap down, but they still have something worth fighting for. A caution can change everything. And the 31 machine has caught up to this pack. We'll see what they decide to do, if they're going to take a run or they're going to back out of it. Looks like they're going to kind of check up here and settle in on this top lane. As they have shuffled Logan Sturgeon as he goes under Robert Dudley. So Logan Sturgeon now in that teal blue 24 machine. He'll be the first car a lap down, but right now, Po-Man leading the way. As we have 19 laps to go, time is running out for some of these drivers who are back far away from this pack. The first driver This is a 10-car pack with some lap cars. First driver on the lead lap, 11th, who's back from this pack, is some 5 seconds. So these guys have got to get in line, have to get together and start to run down this front pack if they have any chance of catching back up. I know it's going to be tempting to get out there and try to make passes and stuff, but you got to get in line and you got to work together like we saw that one group did, led by Jonah Colbert. So got to get in line, got to work together, not be too aggressive, and just get in line and make it work. They got a lot of work to do. 5 seconds to make up in 18 laps. That's going to be tough. See a lot of movement up here. Jesse Nekula going to jump up to the high side. Justin Ray up there as well. Just a lot of moving around. Makes you a little bit nervous. Big check up there on the bottom. .31 machine going to the low side of Christopher Heiner. Wu is going to win this race. 96 laps of fantastic racing. Green flag pit stops really shook things up. And right now we have a pack of about 10 drivers with some lap cars. Right now your lap cars up there are Christopher Heiner, Logan Sturgeon, William Griffith in that 12 car. Those are your lap cars. See Robert Dudley getting a push from Christopher Heiner. Trying to work that top side to the front. That one machine trying to be the first car a lap down if something does happen. He will get that lucky dog. Oh, very close to getting. Ooh, that's very scary. You saw him get almost to that right rear quarter. If you're going to push, though, I mean, that's where you want to be. You want to be there, right there on that right side. You do not want to be on right there. You don't want to be there. That's scary. And you see he kind of backs out of it a little bit. That left side, the car is kind of yawed out to go to the left. And so if you get it just a little bit there on that left side, it will go around. Pushing on that right rear quarter seems to be or bumper, seems to be the best way to do it. As Robert Dudley gets out front, and Christopher Heiner said, I'm going to take the, I'm going to get my lap back. Goes down to the bottom. Going to get a little push from the 23 machine. And this is fine for now. I mean, this, I think everybody's going to play along with this for a little while. But what's going to be the problem is as we get down under 10 laps to go and guys keep seeing those blue names showing the guys are a lap down, is who you're battling. These guys are going to find little to no help as guys are wanting them to get out of there so you can race for position. Somebody we really haven't talked about much, Justin Ray. In that 38 machine, running in second, that yellow and red Chevrolet. Hung out in the back of the pack for the longest time, being really patient. And here at the end, with 14 laps to go, finds himself second right behind Robert Dudley. So Justin Ray showing a lot of patience. Finds himself pretty much out front now. So Jesse Nekula out there by himself. Check in a little bit on this pack. Last time by, Josh Oswald ran a 50.84, getting a big push from Charlie Elmore. About 3/10 faster than the main pack, but they're going to have to go. They've got about 4 seconds they got to make up here. They can probably do it. Once they get about a second and a half out, they'll get a little bit of draft, and that'll definitely help. But they got to keep doing what they're doing every single lap. They can't make a mistake to be able to catch up to that field, as the field is 3 wide, so that's definitely going to help. See Jonah Colbert pushing Chuck Pegleg Phelps on the outside. Chuck moves up there in front of him. Going to take that top side. Jonah comes off his bumper just a little bit. That top side kind of falls back as Robert Dudley gets shuffled out. Jonah going to go to the high side of Chuck, though. Those 3 on the top side have been locked bumper to bumper all race long. And once they get ahead of steam, you know there's going to be a couple drivers going to hop out there and jump in front of them. Tell you one thing that may be hurting that top line, that is that 4 machine kind of blinking out a few times. I don't know really what that does to the draft. Not sure how iRacing calculates that, if they even do. That definitely will hurt that run, but Robert Dudley moves up into that top line. So Jonah Colbert all over the back bumper, going to give him a big push. Now Steve Loving jumps up there to block that line. Jonah Colbert comes disconnected from Robert, as the middle and top line just not able to get anything going just yet. While that's happening, though, Josh Oswald in this second group, Charlie Elmore, they are still running these guys down almost a half second faster that time. So they got enough time, and they're probably going to make it, as we'll go on the nose. Don't want to spend too much time, as there's a lot of action going on up here. But you can see they're almost there. They just need a little bit. They need to keep racing like they're doing. And if they keep going like this, we'll check the laps. 50 seconds, 50.94 seconds. The leaders ran 50.93, so about match the lap times that time by. But the lap before last, they were half second. So as these guys get to racing, there's still a chance that this group can catch them. But Aaron Adcock still your leader, as, man, it is getting wild up here. We saw Josh Lokovitz down there on the bottom with Brandon Wallace, so a couple guys going a lap down. We really haven't seen the bottom line really make it work. But look at Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Kind of got dropped from that top line. Kind of shuffled to the back, but finds his way back up towards the front. Right behind Aaron Adcock. Cameron Combs leading that top row with Jesse Necula. Man, I got to say, Aaron Adcock in a great position. Normally, you're trying to figure out, if you're in his position, I got to set this guy up. How am I going to make the pass? How am I going to make sure I don't mess up and lose my run? And got to figure out a way to get around this guy. But for Aaron, he doesn't have to do that. He can lock bumpers to this one machine and just push him all the way, and Aaron will be the winner. At number 1, that gray and black, he is on the tail end of the lead lap. So not on the same, where he is on the same lap, but on the tail end of it. So Aaron Adcock could just use him as sort of a buffer. That top line gets a run, he can get up there and push that one car and just keep pushing him. And he doesn't have to make that move. He doesn't have to make the decision of, do I want to finish second or do I want to finish first? So got 3 wide here. Cameron Combs way up high with Jesse Necula pushing him. Well, as soon as I say something, they give up on old Heiner. Now Aaron going to take the lead, jump down to the bottom, but Chuck Going to stay up high and actually going to go around the 23 car. But that top side's got a big run. Cameron Combs with Jesse Necula with a huge run. You see the 31-13 trying to find a spot to go. Aaron Adcock going to get sideways, and he saves it. Down on the apron, trying to come back up on the track. Guy's not really going to let him. Is Aaron Adcock up there running for the lead. Gets out of shape off the track. Does a great job of saving it. As now this other pack's going to swallow him up. He's going to have to grab onto the backside of it. It's not over for Aaron. He can get, excuse me, he can get the draft of this this pack here and catch up. He'll be right there in it. As this second pack is going to catch him. We go back up front, though. Cameron Combs with a big push from the 84. 6 laps to go. You're starting to see the intensity pick up here on Intensity Broadcasting. As we kind of got a couple groups kind of single file here. It looks like, if I had to guess, looks like this crew right here may be trying to set up, get a little run on this main pack. And here they come with a big run. What are they going to do with it? They're going to go to the high side most likely. Yep, going to go up to the high side, get a little disconnected here. I think that 4 car is really going to hurt that run of that high side with him blinking out like he is. It's really more of a 2.5 car pack. But they're making their way up alongside of the 75 machine. Looks like it may be stalling out just a little bit. Sort of a wild move they made there. Probably didn't help that run, but able to get up to the 4th car at least. And as that run, you'll see Chuck going to move up in front of Jonah. Last time they didn't want to do that, and this time didn't do it again. Definitely know it can be aggravating when you're getting a huge run and somebody jumps up in front of you. You have to really lift, and they decide not to do that. Got them up on the high side, trying to track down these top few cars. They're getting a little wiggly up there. Kidder trying to stay right on his back bumper, but Jonah making some wild moves trying to get his car positioned up to the front. They're starting to make their way. Jesse Necula goes up to block that top side. They say no. They are not interested in picking up any cars, that's for sure. Gets them broken up, though. That's what they needed. That top side starts to lose a little bit of that momentum that they had by doing that. So these guys having to be in communication, watching out for any kind of movement. You see William Griffith gets on the apron, lap car. Four laps to go in this race, and this back group probably going to run out of time here as they are all over the place, kind of broke up. We'll see, but Jonah Colbert going to take the lead here. Out front, the 31 machine. The top side's broken up, though, so the bottom is going to be pretty stout. Going to be a little bit tighter, so that bottom line's going to drop back a little bit. They're going to have to reset and do it again. They're just really struggling on that top side to stay together. Guys jumping up in front of them, they're not willing to do that, and just seems like they're having a tough time staying connected as that bottom line with Jesse Necula now starting to really make some moves. 3 laps to go here. We're going to get rid of the track map as this is your battle right here. That other group's just not going to have enough time here unless there's a wreck. Oh, Robert Dudley tries to come down, but Christopher Heiner there has to check up a little bit. Almost a wreck there as evasive action was needed. Trying to put that car in there, kind of got stuck in the middle, nowhere to go. But 2 laps to go, you got to get somewhere. Oh, Jonah Colbert goes up the track a little bit. What in the world happened there? But up front, what's going to happen? Chuck pushing on that 84 Waltrip Brewing Company Chevrolet. See the 75 all over the back bumper, giving it hell. They've got a little 4-car breakaway here. You've got first and second there. You got the lap down car of Logan Surgeon and then Justin Ray in that yellow car in the back running in 3rd place. So don't know if this is by design. You know, Garrett Kinder pushing on that one car, trying to get a draft. White flag is out. Are they going to be able to get enough draft here? You see that 4 car blinking out really, really bad. I'm really sure that's hurting them. Robert Dudley not in line, so I don't know if this front pack is going to be able to catch them. So a 4 car breakaway. What's going to happen? Who is going to make a move? Chuck Pegleg Phelps, dying for a win, has been fighting for a win all since he's been here. 2 or 3 seasons without a win. When is he going to pull out? Is he going to pull out and make his move as they come out of turn 4 all over the back bumper? He looks. He's going to make the move now. Is his teammate going to go with him? He is. Chuck Pegleg Phelps going to go to the outside of Jesse Nekula. Justin Ray going to go inside of Jesse Nekula. It's going to kill his run. So right now the 75 machine is going to take the checkered flag, and Chuck Pegleg Phelps wins. Oh, man. Unbelievable. I cannot believe it. I'm so glad that I'm here witnessing this as Chuck Pegleg Phelps gets his first win in Original Rebels, takes home, and I'm losing my voice, takes home the checkered flag with a great last lap move with help from his teammate in the 24, pushes him to the win. And I tell you what, there better not be a mad person on track tonight, as we've been waiting for this moment for a long time. And I tell you who's been waiting for it as well as that 75 machine of Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Finally gets his win. And we're going to keep it on the, oh, Lord. I can't believe this is happening. And we're going to sit here. Oh, for God's sake. We're going to sit here on Chuck as we're going to watch him do his burnouts. Let's see if he even knows how to do them. I bet he can figure it out. As we watch, as everybody's here watching Chuck as he burns them down finally. 20 years of frustration, 20 years of trying. Chuck Pegleg Phelps wins here at Talladega, and look at the respect and what, my God, as everybody comes in and we do the Rebel Rumble here as they give him time to do his burnouts. Man, I tell you what, congratulations, Chuck. I cannot wait to talk to him. As let's go back and watch that last lap again. We'll watch it from the far chase of Chuck as we watch his move and show what he was doing. He's in the best position. He's got his teammate right behind him. Jesse Nekula, just kind of a sitting duck. Chuck really didn't know when he was going to make his move. You can see Jesse start to peek out just a little bit, knowing it's coming. Chuck gets, Logan's probably telling him, go now, go. They go down into 3 and 4. Chuck kind of pushes up the track. You see Jesse go up high, and Chuck feels that run coming and goes and sticks that nose out through there. Logan Sturgeon going to go with him. See the parachute that drops out of the 84 car. And Chuck, no pressure behind him as Justin Ray goes by the 84. That just seals the deal. And the 75 takes the checkered flag. Unbelievable. I cannot believe it. I'm so glad I'm here to witness it. What a great run by Chuck, man. I tell you what, that's exciting. It's a good night in Original Rebels. I am so excited. So, woo! Well, let's go ahead and get the, I'll tell you what, let's give out some awards while we get ready. I got to give the best paint scheme of the night to the 71 machine. I don't know if he painted it himself, but that 71 machine is a good-looking car. So I'm going to give him the Smil Racing Design Best Paint of the Night. Mr. Irrelevant, Dave Jones, who finished 34th. So that is your Cebulski Window Tinting Mr. Irrelevant. The Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award is probably going to go to Chuck Pegleg Phelps because he was able to move up 23 spots from where he started and finished first. And then the P&J Hard Luck Award, let's see. We'll give that to Mike Uribe, who got caught up in that first little wreck. So Man, oh man. Well, all right, let's talk. Let's go ahead and get our Sheppy edits, post-race interviews going. Cannot wait, dude, to get this going. Let's go ahead and bring in Jesse Necula and talk to him. Jesse, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, how's it going, Eddie?
Man, I'll tell you what. Let me turn you up just a tad bit. Well, Jesse, you were up front all race long. You and Tyler Rice were working really well together. Really working that top side, making it work, just being aggressive, trying to stay up towards the front. And there at the end, on the last lap, you had the lead, but couldn't stop the. Um, you couldn't stop Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Had that run. Really, not much you could do. You were sort of a sitting duck. But talk about your race, man. It was still a really hell of a good race for you, and just kind of talk about that.
Yeah, so towards the beginning of the race, me and Rice are both on Oval Attic, so we're on the same in the same Discord. We're bullshitting. We figured we'd go up high, try that wall, and it worked. And then we had a run and got out front. I was like, holy crap! So then we just stayed out there. But then on one of the green flag pit stops, someone locked them up, spun out, and got into the back of a couple of us pitting, and it separated me and Rice, which sucked because I could have really used them at the end. But yeah, at the coming to the line, well, 2 3 laps to go, I came over the radio and I was like, I'm just a sitting duck. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was coming. And yeah, like you said, there's not much you can do. Um, Still got a third, so that's good because if I would have tried anything else, I would have probably ended up not crossing the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no doubt that you and Tyler Rice were working good together. I mean, you were both the class of the field, seemed to be able to make moves that nobody else could. Man, y'all were attached to the hip, and it showed, man. So I think if Tyler would have been up there with you, I think we might be talking about a different winner because y'all two were able to work together. Nobody else really could get together just quite like y'all two. So. Man,
Yeah,
fantastic race. I mean, it was just a great teamwork that I saw out of y'all. I was really, really impressed with Tyler and how he was able to push. He pushed 5 or 6 guys up to the lead.
yeah,
So
he's a pushing fool for sure.
no doubt. Well, congratulations, man. You know, I always want to give some shout outs and thanks and stuff. So here's your floor. Let me know who helps you get everything going and who you want to thank tonight.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank you and the rest of the admins, you for doing the broadcast. Just the entire league, like you guys put in a lot of work to this, and it shows. Want to thank simstandings.com and of course Tyler. Like I said, he was a pushing fool tonight. So
Well, there you have it. Well, all right, Jesse. Well, congratulations on the third place. Man, great race. You definitely were there. Almost got the win. Just a last lap pass got you. But, man, congratulations on third place. And hopefully we'll be talking to you next week.
yeah, that JC graphic car looked good though, huh?
Yes, sir. The Walter Brewery Company looking good always. So, all right, man. Well,
Right.
we'll see you later.
Later, man.
All right. Justin Ray, our second place finisher. Where is he at? Justin Ray. I think we always have a hard time. Oh, there he is. Hey, Justin, it's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, you know what? I'm doing great. I'll tell you what, it couldn't have been a
That's
better
good.
finish. I tell you, I talked about you a little bit on the broadcast, knowing you're pretty good at these plate tracks, and then we saw you at the back of the main pack, pretty much the whole run. Seemed like you were just kind of hanging out, trying to figure out when the best time to go, and there at the end, you were there, ready to pounce. Man, tell me about your race. What was your strategy? How'd it go? And what did you need maybe to get that win tonight?
Yeah, my experience here at Talladega and Daytona, I've always got caught up in the stuff. So wanted to ride around in the back for a little while and see how the cars have drafted with this, since they've updated because I haven't driven them much. So I wasn't sure how they were going to act in a draft and see how far I could get back and catch up. So that's really what I did. I hung out back there with Ryan and all them for, like you said, most of the race. And right there at the end, when I saw that other pack that was on the outside of us, they kind of fell back, and I'm like, well, we got a good enough little distance here. Let's see if we can keep it. So, and then coming to the line there, I had a good run, getting coming up behind Jesse, but I had too much. so I didn't want to bump him because I felt like I'd have turned him, and I shot to the bottom there. But I've been fighting, all season so far. I've had a lot of close calls and last lap incidents. So I was happy to be able to finish one this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell me how did the cars draft? How was it different than Daytona? How is it maybe different than the other cars? The other top tier oval cars as far as the draft package. What challenges were you running into when you were trying to make your way towards the front?
Well, I don't know if I had maybe hurt something on the front of my car, but I know that last pit stop there, me and Loving was drafting trying to catch back up, and I could not pull up to his bumper no matter if I pulled out a little bit, stayed behind him. Like, it did not want to just pull up to him so I could push him. But I noticed when there was a few more cars in front of whoever, I could suck to the back of that car in front of me. So I don't. It was really weird, and I couldn't get it figured out, and I was frustrated because I was trying to push him, so we could get caught back up. But you can't get too far, but you can get further than I thought you would, and be able to catch back up. It actually surprised me.
Well, man, great race, good strategy call by you, being patient and pushing it when it was the right time to do it. And man, just so close, almost able to get that win, but able to come home second, man. Who you want to thank? Any
Yes.
sponsors, shout outs?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Littoral Pest Solutions. They've been riding with me really for 2.5 seasons now. I definitely like to thank them and Kinder Farms and Intensity and Rebel Racing Network. All you guys that help put this stuff on. It blows my mind because I have no idea how to do it. So, and everybody else, I wasn't expecting this speech. I wasn't expecting to finish where I did. So caught me off guard, but it finally happened. And like I said, thanks to everybody who puts this stuff on every week because I know it's a lot of work.
Well, absolutely, man. Well, we appreciate you putting on a good show and showing up every week and racing with us. Definitely
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. So, all right, man. Well, we will see you next week. Congratulations again on second
All right.
place.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Well, all right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for the broadcast. We don't have anybody else to talk to. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so excited for this. I hope I have good questions. I just can't wait to talk to him. I'm so glad that I'm gonna be the one that gets to talk to him on his first race. But I'm gonna bring Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the channel. Eddie in the booth. You got me, Chuck?
I do.
Man,
Yeah, I do.
congratulations, dude. I was up out of my chair. I have to admit, I'm a little biased, man, tonight on that last lap. I feel bad for Jesse, but I was pumped. I'm so glad to be able to interview you on your first league race. Congratulations first and foremost, Chuck. I mean, you were up there all night long working that draft, learning, figuring out what you need to do, and there at the end, you had a good teammate there to push you to the win. You made the move at the right time. Jesse had nothing for you, and you were able to get that win. Talk about your race. You got all the time you need. Enjoy this, Chuck. This is your first win. Take all the time. I don't care what you say, how long. We'll be here for about an hour if you need to. But tell me about your race, man. Really soak it up, man.
I I won. I thought it would be years before I got it. I've got some podiums in plate racing. There is, yes, people say there's skill or whatever, but you got to be at the right place at the right time. And it's so much going on, and it's so much talent in this league. You and everybody included. That I thought it was going to be. I've been in this league well over a year, and I think my top finish is a P2, and I thought it'd be years before I'd get a win. But a lot of really this win goes to pretty much everybody in this league. Everybody has taken me under their wing, helping me improve my racecraft. Private sessions. I ask 1,000 questions. You've set up private sessions with me. I've asked you 1,000 times. So a lot of the credit goes on the the gracious, humble sharing of racecraft and information to help newcomers. Which I'm not a newcomer anymore, but that's the quality of this league. You guys have no issues helping people. Garrett said it best one time. He said, when I first came in the league, even on an oval, he thought he was on a road course because he didn't know if he was going to be steering left or steering right or throttling up or braking when he was around me, because I was not intentionally trying to be all over the place. I was a brand new guy, not only to the league, but to iRacing. And it just, everybody's been so incredibly patient. I don't think I've had any derogatory DMs towards me, when I certainly probably deserve to have some backlash for my racecraft. But it just, I never thought it'd happen. But anyway, on tonight, I had some great teammates. Pole Man was really synced up all night. We had pit strategy, and then we had some Pole Man affiliates, Big Fish. Uh, I really should think about half the field, but Chris Heiner pushed me a lot during the mid race there when I was leaving some laps, and I'll give him props. Chris Heiner is a pushing MFer. That guy can lock on your bumper and not leave. I mean, I think the only time he was letting off of my bumper was corner entry, and then by apex, he was picking it back up. He was just an incredible pusher. Jesse worked with me. I forget the car number. I don't recognize the name. I think he's fairly new. So I wasn't comfortable working with him. No disrespect. It just, I didn't know his tendencies, so I wasn't comfortable, you know. And so I went high, and Jesse went with me, thank God, which got me up there again. And I do feel bad. I kind of left Jesse high after he helped me, but I had a pole man teammate that I tucked back down behind. That's the only reason I did. Had it been anybody else, I would not have left Jesse high and dry. But you know, when your team is synced up with the strategy and everything, and I don't. It was hard to hear my actual spotter because of all the great communication we had in our team channel. Plus, I was also on another channel through iRacing with Big Fish, so I probably had 7 people in my ear tonight in addition to my spotter, so it was actually kind of confusing. So I don't know, Eddie. I had to ask for some quick instruction. I was just going to park the car and let it sit there. I didn't even know how to do a burnout. I had to actually ask, like, okay, I don't even know what I'm doing. I've never had to do a burnout before, so. I don't know what to say. I really want to sincerely, not lip service, thank almost everybody in this entire league for being so patient. I know I already said that, but I mean it, for being so patient and legitimately helping me with my racecraft, and the support in the waiting room. I think there's like 11 people down there. I think they all wanted to come up in the booth. In fact, they wanted me to ask if you could drag people up in the booth with me, which I was cool with, but you're the broadcaster, so I really don't know what else to say. I want to thank.
Hey, Chuck!
There you go.
Hey, congratulations!
I guess,
Chuck!
Let's go!
Let's go, Chuck!
Yeah.
Let's go, Chuck!
Hell yeah.
Yes! Woo!
About damn time, Chuck. Hell yeah.
Let's
So,
go,
About damn time.
Chuck!
I thank everybody in the
Hell yeah.
league. Officially, I don't even have the page up, so no disrespect, but all the sponsors, Intensity and Rebels Racing Network.
Chuck, you've had how
Eddie.
many seasons to be prepared? Come on.
I should do this by now, but
Are
of
you
course,
lost of words, Chuck?
what's that?
Are you at a loss of words?
Definitely
Well,
not.
I got to thank our first responders and police and fire, EMT, of course, our military, my brother and sister, Marines, of course. And then I have to, y'all know my cousin Ashley Nicole Kindler, my true hero. She's been an incredible supporter of me and my racing, as well as this league. I know Ali, you guys sponsored a race for her, and she sends all her love, so she's going to be so happy too. So I have to thank Ashley. But all you guys, I know I'm being Pete and repeat, but I sincerely, I want to celebrate this win with you guys, because without y'all's help and patience, there's no telling where I would still be, probably riding in the back causing problems. So again, this is, if I may be so bold, this is our victory, because that's what this league is
Well,
really about. And you helped to really. Can I cuss on here?
Sure.
This
You
is
won the race. You can do whatever the hell you want.
you guys have, and I'm certainly nowhere near the level of skill you guys. You really helped bring a real shitty driver, not intentionally, but a real shitty driver to get a win, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and
Well,
I mean that, guys.
Well, don't give it away, Chuck. Tonight it was all you, man. You controlled
yeah.
that car. You went up there and you were battling up there at the lead, and at the last second on the last lap, you made the right move. All that practice that you put in, all the time and the work and the effort that you put in is what won you this race. You know, you can give away the credit if you want, but it's all you, brother. So
Well,
congratulations.
Logan pushed me.
Well, you were still driving and you made all the moves. You put yourself in those positions. So give yourself a little bit of credit, man. It was all you tonight. So there's your winner.
Maybe a little bit. Thank you, guys. Thank you, every
Enjoy
one
it,
of you.
brother. Enjoy it. Well, congratulations, Chuck. Everybody else in here, good race, everybody. Man, I'm so excited. I'm glad to be the one to interview you. Man, as much as I like Josh Hall, if he got to interview you on your first win, I'd be so pissed off, I tell you. So I'm so glad that I was able to be a part of this. Man, just I can't say enough about Chuck. What a great guy he is. Definitely one of the more welcoming folks in the league. So you can obviously hear how popular he is and how people want to see him win and succeed. And everybody sees all the work and stuff that he does. So just want to shout out to him and everybody else in the field tonight. Want to thank want to thank Intensity for letting us broadcast on their channel. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Any last words, Chuck, before we go?
No, again, just thank you, everybody. Much respect to each and every one of you guys, and thanks for broadcasting, Eddie.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it, guys. Man, I'm so pumped to be a part of this. Like he said, he's trying to give away a little bit of the credit, but I'm telling you, if you're watching, you want to know why this is such a big deal, because it's just a great guy, man. It's just what we like. I mean, it's all about people. This league, we're not here to be competitive. We're not here to make money, man. It's about people. And Chuck's one of the best guys you can have. If you want a friend, you need somebody by your side. If you're going to go out to a bar or something, I tell you what, ain't nobody else you want than Chuck Pegleg Phelps. That's for damn sure. So, man, great guy. He puts in the work. I've heard him. I've interviewed him quite a few times, finishing second and third. How bad he's always talking about how he's in the losers lounge, which is a race of guys who've never won, and he's just so damn tired of being in the losers lounge and wants to wants to get in a win and get in that all-star race. Well, there you go, Chuck, in the all-star race forever, as you have finally become a Rebels winner. And, man, what a great race. Good way to end off this week, or at least Saturday night. Just thrilled. So Chuck going to stamp his ticket into the Cup playoffs. So Chuck going to be going playoff racing come to the end of this season. So cannot tell y'all enough how much this is, how everybody, just a huge win for the whole league. Everybody's been pulling for him to get his win. Brandon Wallace a little bit off the hook now. He kind of stole one from Chuck one time. We never let him forget it. Now that can be let go, I guess. So Brandon Wallace a little bit off the hook. So but anyway, thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for everybody staying active in chat. It's always good whenever folks are talking about the race. Kevin Kinder, always glad to have you in chat, and everybody else, Alex B, Eric Burkhalter, Phil Monzo, Tyler DeTalente, Jonathan Cofield, everybody in chat. Thank you all for coming, being a part of the race. It's always fun. And thanks again to Intensity for allowing this to broadcast. I'm a little jealous that this is going to be on your channel, to be honest. But good race. Very, very good. No big one tonight. Just a couple small wrecks. Shows the talent in this series, and a great win tonight. So we will see y'all next week. Where are we next week? I'm scared to look, to be honest, because we went from Bristol dirt to Talladega. Let's go ahead and bring up this schedule. And we are at Dover next week. Oh, I'm excited about that. We'll see how the changes go. At Dover, I think that'll be a fun race. And then we go road course racing, which will be just as interesting. So come on out next week as we go to a really, really fun track, one of my favorites. All right, guys. Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Intensity will be back on for the Outlaw Hardline Outlaw Series, and then the Rebels Truck Series right after that. So a little doubleheader on Sunday night after the Cup race is over. So y'all come on in and watch Josh Hall or Josh Hall, who does the broadcast on Intensity there, and then we'll be back. Don't set your calendars. Come on and check out Monday night. The Retro Cup Series is going to be taking on Talladega as well. So we're all Talladega this week. Those 87 cars put on a show there, so come out and check that out. Since we're on Intensity, don't forget to go to the Intensity. It should be a link down there on the YouTube page for sure. Check out their store. They got some cool gear. Some people have some stuff from Original Rebels, a lot of Intensity gear, some different stuff that they're trying to do. So definitely support them. They put a lot of effort into this channel, and definitely support them in their endeavors. If you buy enough stuff, I think you get free races, free broadcasted races for Original Rebels and a couple things. So I think the champion of the Cup Series and I think a couple more are going to get a free item from the store. So Intensity doing a lot of stuff. They're a big part of this. So we definitely appreciate them. But thank y'all very much. We will see y'all tomorrow night on Intensity, and I'll see you again on Monday night. Y'all have a good night. Congratulations again to Chuck Phelps. Great win, a long time coming. I think we're going to see a lot more from him as we go further down this schedule. I think we'll be calling his name out a bunch. So get over that first hump. That's all it takes, and then we're all going to be chasing Chuck pretty soon. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow.